Hi, this is Tom Liberman, and today I'm going to talk about one of the main protagonists from my novel, The Staff of Sakatha, Jon Gray. Jon is, in many ways, the most important character in my entire universe. In this, his first appearance in my novels, he is a teenager, 17 years old, headstrong, and he has not developed many of the traits that he will develop later on, but this is a very important introduction for him because he interacts with the free riders. And the free riders are an important group of people. They are libertarians, they live in an Ayn Rand-like valley environment, and they influence him in this book, and he influences them. Jon is the son of the Grey Lord, and the Grey Lord is, again, one of my main movers and shakers in the series of books. He is disillusioned with humanity, and he is disillusioned with the great powers that seem to be manipulating humanity. And he tried to save the world and do good, and largely had that twisted and turned, and now has decided just to live his life as best he can and attempt to make sure that the ancient relics from the old empire are not accessible to people who would try to use them, either for good or bad, because his experience is that people that try to use them for good end up causing more harm. So he has sent his son, Jon Gray, to the south to retrieve the Staff of Sakatha, where his informants have told him that it is located. Jon is tall, handsome, strong, good at everything he tries, and that is the hero that he is. He is, at this point, 17. He is somewhat spoiled. He is somewhat used to getting things very easily without having to try. He has not seen much tragedy in his life. There has been basically victory after victory. He arrives in the freerider land, Elakargal, and immediately hooks up with some of the people that are there, including an ancient, or not an ancient, but an elderly freerider by the name of Sir Germanius. And Sir Germanius is wanting to go out in a blaze of glory. He does not want to die of pneumonia in his sleep or something of that nature. So he and Jon get together, and Jon sort of sees this idea of nobleness, and it influences him. And he also, Jon, meets up with a young non-knight, Sorus Brewer, who was not picked as an apprentice, and I'll talk about Sorus later. He is another major character in my novels. And Jon influences Sorus greatly, and the two travel over the face of the free rider territories and into the mountains, and they meet the first rider, and they meet other characters who are important in the novels, and I'll get to most of them as these videos go along. But Jon eventually is going to become one of the main candidates to reconstitute the empire. And it is here in his youth that we see some of the things that shape him and make him a better man down the road. And we see some of his foibles here, and we see some of his youthful eagerness and stupidity embodied. And I think that's one of the reasons that in this book Jon is an extraordinarily interesting character. I think later on he's interesting as well, but here in his youth I find him very fascinating, and it's interesting for me to try and get him to where I know he's going to be later on. Jon is instrumental in most of the events that happen in this novel. He's definitely the center character. In my first novel, The Staff of Nod, it was more of an ensemble cast, but Jon is definitely an attention-grabbing central character, and he is largely the focus of this novel. And the way he changes over the course of the novel is pretty important into the future of where my books are heading. So Jon becomes, throughout the course of this novel, a slightly changed person. He he grows. And I think that is one of the main concepts of any novel, is watching the characters grow. So he's kind of the one that does it in this novel, along with young Soros. So that is Jon Gray. I hope that you will enjoy the book The Staff of Sakatha, which is for sale at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and Smashwords, $2.99. You can visit my blog, where I'm blogging about all sorts of things, this book included, or my website, tomliberman.com, and hopefully enjoy these novels. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.